Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 6 on my top 31, my favorite 31 power trio bands of all time. Right? These are not the greatest or the best. They could be, but they're my favorites. Right? There's lots of power trios. Everybody has their favorite power trios, including myself. You know how we do on these monthly shows. I pick my favorites. You pick yours in the comments, right? That's how we work it. It's not that hard of a concept to figure out, although some people still don't get it. You know, I get people every day telling me, Pete, I can't believe you picked this band. They don't deserve to be in the top list of power trios. Well, it's not the top. It's my favorite list. I can pick whoever I want, just like you can pick whoever you want. You don't have to like my pick, right? But to say that I can pick them, there's no way. Well, yes, there is plenty of ways. Plenty of ways. Like today, my pick number 6. A little trio from Cardiff, Wales, who, for my money, need to be mentioned in the discussion of the first batch of heavy bands which helped forge the creation of what we now know as heavy metal. I'm talking about Budgie. That's right. Pick number 6 is Budgie. That's right, I picked them over Cream. I like Budgie better than Cream. I love Cream, but I love Budgie even more. Cream was yesterday, right? Was Cream yesterday? Yeah, I believe Cream was yesterday. Lose track after a while. But yeah, I mean, this is, to me, the cream of the crop. It's cream of the crop. Budgie is, you know, I sometimes wonder, maybe like 5 years from now, Budgie will even rank higher than this. Budgie, to me, are one of the unsung, really important bands in the history of hard rock heavy metal. Greatly influenced the new wave of British heavy metal, which came, you know, like a decade after they got their start. And, you know, along with Sabbath and Purple and Heap and Zeppelin, easily one of the most important heavy bands of this era that never really got the credit they deserved. I mean, riffs to die for. Great variety, the big sledgehammer, beefy tunes, as well as some of the more folky, occasionally proggy songs. They just did that kind of back and forth thing really, really well. Usually every album, if it had 6 tunes, 7 tunes, you got at least 2 mellower tracks. All the rest were heavy hitters. That was basically every album. You know, originally, when they first got started out, before they started recording albums, they were a 4-piece. But when they broke into, you know, music history with their first record, first couple albums, I should say, you know, in 70, 71, Burke Shelley, on the late great Burke Shelley on lead vocals and bass guitar, Ray Phillips on drums, and the great Tony Borge, I never knew how Tony says his name, on guitars and backing vocals. One of the unsung riff meisters, riff master, however you want to say it, of the 70s, you know, alongside Page and Iommi and Blackmore and all those folks, and Mick Box and, you know, all the others. Tony was a guy who could create crushing big heavy riffs. All right, so again, self-titled Budgie album, great. Squawk, even better. Roger Dean artwork there. Never Turn Your Back on a Friend, sensational. You know, all this stuff released in the early 70s. Pete Boot joining on drums, replacing Ray Phillips. They had the drummer chair kind of changed quite often, but you had Burke and Tony were kind of like the, you know, the holdovers through much of the decade. My personal favorite Budgie album, In for the Kill, absolutely terrific. Absolutely terrific. You got Steve Williams coming in on drums right around. Actually, Pete Boot is still on this. Steve Williams comes in for the next album, which is Bandolier. Okay. And then, you know, you got a whole bunch of other albums here. If I Were Britannia, right? Impeccable. All right, you got Power Supply. Now we're moving into the late 70s, into the early 80s. Night Flight here. Around this time, new wave of British heavy metal is all the rage. But, you know, for me, my favorite albums are, without a doubt, the first 4. Although, like I said, Bandolier is great, too. There's lots of good stuff on the other albums. But I tend to go for the first handful. Tracks you should be looking out for if you're new to Budgie. For sure, check out Guts. You know, the first album is really heavy, but it's more like real heavy blues rock, sort of. It's metallic, and it's still very bluesy. But Guts is great. New Disintegrating Parachutist Woman is great. Rape of the Locks is absolutely terrific. Homicidal, Suicidal. There's other good songs on there too, but you got Hot as a Docker's Armpit. Their song titles are amazing. Some of them are so long. It's like a great song. Young as a Word is absolutely terrific, man. Sledgehammer riffing on that. Whiskey River is great. Never Turn Your Back on a Friend has some, killer tracks like Bread Fan. Of course, Metallica kind of made that song a bit famous. Metallica, big fans of Budgie. What else? You're the Biggest Thing Since Powdered Milk. Crazy title, great song. In the Grip of Tire Fitter's Hand, absolutely terrific. Parents, kind of proggy, dark, menacing, heavy, absolutely terrific. And then, again, my favorite album is In for the Kill. This, to me, is their heaviest album. The title track, In for the Kill, just absolutely crushes with a just amazing riff, great lead guitar, great vocals by Burke, who again has that kind of like high-pitched vocal style. Kind of sounds a little bit and looks a little bit like Geddy Lee, ironically enough. Crash Course in Brain Surgery, another song that Metallica covered. Great song. Zoom Club is terrific. Hammer and Tongs is terrific. Just so many great songs across so many of these albums. I mean, I can go on and on. Breaking All the House Rules, Napoleon Bonaparte 1 and 2 from Bandolier. I mean, man. Ann Negan, If I Were Britannia, from the I Were Britannia album. Man, just so many great songs. So many great albums. Again, if you've never listened to Budgie, what are you waiting for? I have been singing the praise of this band for so many years. And, they're... some people are like, Budgie's great, but maybe none of their albums are out-and-out classics. I'd kind of argue with that. I would say, for me, probably like the first, these right here, are without a doubt mandatory listening. And all these are really good, too. I just don't think they're quite as good as these. And just so many great songs. So many great songs. If you just love early, mid-70s, heavy rock, this is for you. This is a power trio. These guys pack a serious punch. So, in summary, Budgie at number 6. If you don't have them even in your top 31, you need to go investigate them. You need to go. I mean, I've seen lots of people mention them in the comments, so I'm sure plenty of you are well aware of the power of the mighty Budgie. Interestingly enough, the name of the band is quite funny, actually, because they specifically wanted to give the band a name that was the complete opposite of the type of music they were going to play. They're like, we're going to play really heavy, big, powerful music, but we want the name of our band to signify. Can't talk today. I got the olds. That's what happens when you're out late going to see. The Cult the night before. They wanted their name to signify something that's very small and delicate. So you got the Budgie bird, right? So is there a picture of a Budgie bird here on any of the? Well, I mean, that's not there, but I know they have others. Yeah, I mean, they got the Budgie head, but there are, basically there you go. There's a little one right there. There's even on a later album, there's even a better picture, but yeah, just love these guys. Love them. That is my pick number 6. Let us know what you think of Budgie down in the comments below, as well as your pick for pick number 6, not for day 6. This is actually day 26 or whatever it is. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm blabbering here today. So stay tuned tomorrow for number 5. Top 5 is coming up. We're finishing up the month, and then we're going to launch into my 30 must-hear bands of the 2000s, 2000 to 2022. Bands that have come on the scene, released all their musical output had to have come out in the year 2000 and up, right? The bands, again, this is bands that kind of participate in the genres we cover here. So the must-hear heavy metal, that includes, could be thrash metal, progressive metal, power metal, death metal, technical metal, black metal, traditional metal, whatever. Prog rock, hard rock, classic rock, jazz fusion, the bands that I feel have impacted me the most in the last 30 years that you guys need to hear if you haven't already. So that's coming up starting on August 1st. Each and every day you get a different pick. I don't think they're going to be in any real order, but I'm just going to kind of throw them at you. And how I'm asking you guys to play along with this is, like, if you're not familiar with any of these bands that I'm tossing at you, go check them out. I'm probably going to give you at least one album of each that's my absolute favorite for everybody to go listen to. And let us know what you think. Hopefully you find a couple or more favorite newish bands in the month of August from what we're going to be talking about here. And if you are familiar with some of these bands that I'll be talking about, just give us some of your summary and feedback of them in the comments below. So everybody gets to play around, right? But for many of you, I'm going to be talking about probably a lot of bands and albums that you maybe have never heard before. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So we're taking a break from the kind of stuff we all know and we all talk about pretty regularly. We're going to talk about new stuff in August. And then I have a feeling in September, we're going to talk about guitar duos. Yeah. Kind of came to me the other day. I said September I think is going to be about guitar duos, and those top whatever many days are in September. Is it 30? Is it 31? I don't know. I'll tell you right now. September is 30. So that's what you'll be getting in September. There, I just announced. Wow, I don't think I've ever announced a upcoming monthly show so far in advance. But there you have it. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get notified of all of our content as it posts here each and every day. We've also got the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as the link to our merch page where you can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff, shirts, hats, caps, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, all that good stuff. So many different styles and different logos, and for all the different shows and everything like that. So there's a wide variety of stuff. Go collect them all, because, you know, the curse is real. We love to collect them all. I've got my stack of Sea of Tranquility shirts in my closet, all sorts of them. So there you have it, everybody. See you tomorrow morning with another of my favorite power trios of all time, number 5. See you then. Bye-bye.